Are the wild and wacky Wolfpack up for another wild ride? We're all dying to know if the gang will reunite, ready to unleash more uproarious chaos and uncontrollable laughter. With the previous film's triumphs and the cast's comedic chemistry, plus Zach Galifianakis' mind-boggling Hangover 4 two-dimensional plans, yup, you heard that right, things are about to get wilder than a herd of party animals on Red Bull. So grab your aspirin and let's dive into what we've got so far. But before you brace yourselves for the hilarious insanity that lies ahead, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. The Hangover series burst onto the scene like a drunken hurricane, capturing our hearts with its wild and unconventional storyline. It all started with a disastrous bachelor party in sin-soaked Las Vegas, where Doug, Phil, Stu, and the enigmatic Alan found themselves waking up with absolutely zero recollection of the previous night's debauchery. To make matters worse, poor Doug was nowhere to be found. Cue the chaos. But the madness didn't stop there. Oh no, my friends. The Wolfpack took their alcohol-fueled misadventures to far-flung places like Bangkok, immersing us in a whirlwind of absurdity. And let's not forget Alan, that eccentric oddball on a mission to uncover the meaning of life. Hey, we've all been there, right? With each film, these lovable lunatics hit major milestones. Weddings, settling down, except for Alan, who was always a bit slow on the uptake. But hey, he is still Chad. Now let's get down to brass tacks. What makes the Hangover series so damn special? Well, it's like that refreshing blast of laughter we all crave, a comedic oasis in the desert of mundane cinema. The first film alone was a roller coaster ride of unpredictable humor and outrageous situations, leaving us begging for more. The Hangover sequels might have faced their fair share of criticism, but they knew how to keep us coming back for more. With each installment, they whisked us away to new locations and unleashed even crazier scenarios upon our unsuspecting funny bones. It all started in 2009, when The Hangover burst onto the scene like a comedic hurricane. It took us on a whirlwind adventure through the aftermath of a mind-boggling bachelor party in Las Vegas, and let me tell you, it delivered a punch that would make Tyson jealous. Outlandish humor? Oh, it had that in spades. Unpredictability? You bet your bottom dollar. This movie had everything we needed to keep us strapped into our seats, hanging on for dear life. And it didn't discriminate either. It welcomed all comedy lovers, from the raunchy to the mildly disturbed, and offered them a taste of chaotic yet strangely endearing friendships. But it didn't stop there. Oh no, it upped the ante with each sequel. The Hangover Part 2 jetted our beloved Wolfpack off to Bangkok, presenting us with a similar storyline but with a fresh twist and even more out-of-hand situations, taking the party international. And just when we thought they couldn't surprise us any further, The Hangover Part 3 swerved away from the typical amnesia formula. It shifted gears, focusing instead on the characters' personal growth and their efforts to help Alan, who is battling his own inner demons. It was a departure from the norm, pushing the boundaries of what we expected from the series. Now, let's talk numbers. The Hangover series was a cash cow, raking in a whopping $1.42 billion at the box office. Not too shabby for a bunch of hungover guys stumbling through life, right? And get this, they pulled it off with a budget of just $220 million. That's like finding a wad of cash in the pocket of last night's party pants. But here's where things get interesting. While the series partied hard at the box office, critical reception was a bit of a mixed bag. The first film was praised for its unique storyline, humor, and was even showered with awards, including a Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. But as the sequels rolled in, some critics weren't as kind. They called out the repetitive plot lines and accused the films of leaning too heavily on the same old jokes. Yeah, we've heard it all before. I absolutely loved all three Hangover movies. Seriously, they are the ultimate bachelor party flicks that I'll never get tired of watching. If you're with me, give me a virtual high five in the comments. Let's show some love for our beloved trilogy, because it's possible that these mixed reactions played a role in putting a temporary halt to the series. But the Hangover series might just be resurrected in the most unexpected and wild way. Our savior, none other than Zach Galifianakis himself, has a plan that could breathe new life into the dormant franchise. Galifianakis wants Hangover 4 to be, wait for it, animated. Yep, you heard that right. The man who brought us the lovable offbeat Alan now wants to see our favorite debauchery-filled crew in cartoon form. Now, I know what you're thinking. How on earth would an animated Hangover movie work? Well, let's just say Galifianakis is not one to shy away from thinking outside the box. In an interview with Extra TV, he mentioned that perhaps, just perhaps, an animated version of the Wolfpack's antics could be the answer to reviving the series. He said, maybe if they made it a Pixar version, a family-friendly version. And hey, if a talking sponge can live in a pineapple under the sea, and a rat can become a 5-star chef in Paris, then why can't our favorite hungover buddies embark on a cartoon escapade? The Hangover series has been inactive for a considerable period, and the most recent installment was released way back in 2013. However, Galifianakis' unconventional thinking has the potential to breathe new life into it. It is important to note that the actor's comment could be attributed to the movie he was promoting during the interview Ron's Gone Wrong, which is an animated film not affiliated with Pixar. Nevertheless, he did mention that he had been involved in the writing process. It is wise to approach this claim with skepticism, given Galifianakis' background in SNL comedy. He even jokingly mentioned that the other cast members sent him videos of them burning his script. However, considering Galifianakis' skills as a writer, it is plausible that he has been jotting down some ideas, despite not having contributed to the writing of previous movies in the series. Now let's discuss how an animated Hangover 4 could save the franchise. An animated Hangover movie bursting with fresh energy could take the franchise in a whole new direction. With animation, the possibilities are endless. They can go anywhere, do anything, and let their imaginations run wild. Exotic locations? No problem. Animated movies can transport us to the most far-flung corners of the world without batting an eye. Say goodbye to the constraints of live-action production. Now, here's the slight snag. Galifianakis mentioned that Hangover 4 should be family-friendly. And hey, that's a bit of a challenge when we're talking about a franchise built around the not-so-family-friendly concept of waking up after a night of heavy drinking and, using the stuff. It's like trying to teach a fish to ride a bicycle. Will you be remotely excited to watch a family-friendly Hangover movie? Or, like me, would you rather relive the glory days and rewatch the original trilogy in theaters? Let me know in the comments. I mean, animated R-rated movies can be good and successful too. Remember The Sausage Party? That animated film was mature, raunchy, and downright R-rated. It proved that adults can enjoy an animated comedy just as much as kids. So maybe a Hangover reboot in animated form could be the perfect balance. Keep the edginess, the humor, and the unapologetic madness, but wrap it all up in an animated package. Now, pals, we've explored the wild and unexpected possibilities of a Hangover 4 animated reboot. Zach Galifianakis has thrown us a curveball, suggesting that our beloved Wolfpack could continue their outrageous adventures in a family-friendly, animated fashion. But the question remains, would you be remotely excited to watch a family-friendly Hangover movie? Let me know in the comment section, because I would totally rather have an R-rated one than a family-friendly blunder, and I really hope I'm not alone here.